Good evening, Ehwama. It's late in the evening. So, how are we all? Hopefully, life's been kind to my Ehwama. Just like the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Overall, Te Mahuru, September has been, how can I put it? Different. Unique. So, anyway, tarot. Beautiful tarot. Heavenly Father, Spirit Guides and Angels. Can I have the energy for this weekend? Oh, wait. Okay, I don't want to be secretive. Right. Energy for this weekend going forward for my Ehwama, my wahine tour. What kind of energy can we expect for my Ehwama? Feeling like the majority of us have had a pretty balanced month. Some good things, some okay things, some bad things. They get resolved though. Just sort of, the usual kind of crazy that we all go through. Feel like for some of us it's been a nice time to connect with family, whānau. Balancing finances, possibly. Coming out of healing, feeling a little bit more rejuvenated, refreshed, or for some of us needing to just, truck on too. Maybe a little bit reluctant, but for the greater good. So, kia kaha. It's my magic wand. May you all be blessed. Financially, abundantly, emotionally. Hine naro, hine wairoa, hine tinana. Me koe hoki, I want to say, for some strange reason. Me koe hoki. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The Sun card. How others are seeing us right now. The center of the universe. Right. Optimistic, positive, uplifting, healing, rejuvenating, refreshing, different, spontaneous, abundant, prosperous, creative, imaginative. This is the happiest card in the tarot. Now, it can't be given that name for nothing. So this is great energy. And it's quite unusual how this spread has unfolded. There's 3 cards that are down, facing down. The Two of Pentacles wanted to show its face. So I guess it's on top at the moment. A lot of us are balancing our finances. Then the Star card popped up. And our grounding energy. That's wish fulfillment, healing, balancing, tempering or balance. The conscious with the subconscious. This is beautiful imagery of a woman pouring those vases of wai into the awa. And I don't know what that thing is behind it. It's kind of like space agey, like a pendulum type thing with a huge big star, Fetu, right up there. And then she's got one on her third chakra, or eye chakra, or whatever, on her forehead. It's like a headband. So, yeah, I love these cards. They're so pretty. Tino Atahua. And, oh, the moon card. Another major arcana, and that's how our environment is at the moment. So some of us, because it wanted to come out in the reverse, so some of us are possibly, you know, seeing things for how they should be seen, like illuminated to situations, clarity into things, also coming out of disillusionment. But this is the environment. So these are things out of our control. So people around us are becoming more transparent. Hate to say it, but as you get more in tune with yourself and sort of spiritual journeys, they can be very enlightening too. So for some of us, hopefully, maybe meditating, discernment, practicing discernment, being more analytical. It's a big word. Rising to the occasion when it comes to how people are perceiving you, possibly too. Like, sort of, what's that word? When you come, not out of the closet, but, yeah, just kind of like your premiere. You have a premiere and everybody in your environment sees you clearer, or another side of you too, possibly. So, Heavenly Father, Spirit Guides and Angels, 2.0 above, what message do you have for my collective? E hoa ma wahine toa. For Te Mahuru, coming to midpoint now, just over midpoint. Coming up to, midpoint. Middle of the month, we had a full moon in Pisces on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Oh, Nine of Swords. Some of us are having, experiencing in our hopes and fears, some anxiety. But it will turn out for the better. Justice will prevail. Because nines, well, especially swords, are all about mental energy, air energy, the element of air. So it's all very, it's more about your mind, your hine naro, not so much your heart and your soul and your wairoa. It's just thinking with your head. So that is in your control. Just saying. No one can sort of tell you what to think. Oh, I knew this was in the horizon, but I'm trying to delay it a bit. But yeah, outcome is the Two of Cups. Now, it can represent relationships that are very stable and sort of balanced relationships. Most of us are in loving relationships and relationships we want to be in. So that's good. It's beautiful energy. We're around people and we associate with people that are positive too. Partnerships. It doesn't have to be a you know, a sexual or a love partnership. It can be career type partnerships or friendships. Just a partnership that is very, very beautiful. I mean, look at the card. It's just so, they're just so in tune with each other, heart, soul, and mind. Because at the beginning of the deck is the Ace of Cups, and that's the opportunity or the offer from the divine. And then you meet the second cup, and you fill each other's cups. Because it's like a never-ending flow. You know, it's beautiful. It's love, 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 lovely. So that's our outcome. For some of us, we're meeting our soulmate or building very strong, loving relationships with the man or woman we're with. Yeah, that's beautiful. I just need to go get a tissue. I live on a farm, so... Excuse me, sorry. Okay, and then this card decided to pop out, which I like for our wahine tour. I was waiting for a queen to pop, you know, show which one we're going to be focusing on for the next couple of weeks. It's the Queen of Pentacles. So she's about the tangible things, but very mature, experienced energy of maintaining stability, managing, you know, appropriately. Very, like, look at the peacock. It's just real, you know, she's dressed impeccably and holding that pentacle proud. And actually, if you look at her face, she's kind of like a little bit smug. Like, I got this, you know. I don't need anyone to to kind of help me row this waka, because, you know, got this. So really nice, real nice energy. And I mean, the Queen of Pentacles, she's the shiz. You know, she like has, you know, the ability to manifest as well, like create an abundance, hard-working sort of attitude too. I mean, to get to queen status, you don't just rock up and, you know, get that. It's kind of like an earned over time energy. I mean, it doesn't matter, though the qualities she possesses are very positive to do with tangible things in life. So, I mean, not just that though. I mean, emotionally too, it as well. I mean, when you're financially stable, you're pretty much too emotionally stable. They kind of go hand in hand. And the passionate side of it too is there. I mean, hardworking, ethic, but aware of following what they believe in too. You know, it's not just any kind of career. This is the career. This is the road I'm meant to go down. So I'm curious about these first three cards. And I've done our crowning, grounding energy, overall energy, how people are viewing us as the sun. I mean, wow, that's the first card. And usually in tarot, the very first card sets the whole. It's pretty much the scenario or energy surrounding this whole story. So, you know, the happiest card in the deck, pretty much when you see that in a tarot read, it's all goods. The outcome will always be positive. Seeing things for how they really are, you know, sort of unclothing or ceremoniously seeing things for how they are too, like. But in a way, it's kind of like, yeah, I see that, but I'm not going to, you know, not going to let that sort of rock my world too much. But then some of us are feeling a little bit up in our heads too, which is, natural. But, remember too, what you're thinking is what you're thinking. It's not actually what's happening too. So some of us might have needed to hear that too. And that, yeah, we've got to be careful what we think too, because, well, I think, generally that's the only sort of, out of all these cards so far, this is the only one that's very, quite deep. But being a 9, it's just about near the end of the cycle of it too. So, I mean, the next sword is pretty much the end of a cycle. And then, of course, after that's the Ace of Swords again, a brand new beginning with mental clarity. And then going on the journey again through the cycles, back to 10. And then, it's just amazing how the universe sort of, goes in cycles. So let's see what these 3 cards are. What was that? Oh, right. Our energy at the moment. Whoa. Okay. Tower. Well, no, this can be seen as negative too, but I like tower moments, to be honest. Everyone's going to go through these, I don't want to say the word, but traumatic experiences for some of us, like, a lesson you wouldn't want, just real intense things. But I do invite it in because the tower lets you cleanse unnecessary emotional upheaval. But we all go through some of these moments. It's inevitable where life is a journey of the soul, mind, heart, body, and we're going to experience things that are very deep and meaningful for some of us, or learn to cope with certain situations and move on. Because in our past energy, yay, finally. I mean, it is Virgo season and the Hermit represents Virgo. But it also, in the upright, represents introspection, I should say, retrospection. How weird is that? Introspection, looking inwards, finding some kind of innate ability to, solitude, thought, but very deep, and on, looking forward, seeking the light, or, following the light for a little while. And with it to be in the reverse with the tower right next to it, it's kind of like now we've got to sort of snap out of it, and because it's all coming out of this energy, because when it's in the reverse, it's moving from the energy. And the Hermit too, it's coming out of Hermit mode, so it's starting to move forward now. We've had our time to, we've had the tower moment, obviously, and then we've gone into some kind of self-reflection mode. But we're coming out of this energy, we're healing. So the future energy is the 10 of Swords. Great, because the 9 of Swords was our hopes and fears, and girlfriends, boyfriends, she friends, he, she friends. I said the 10 of Swords is the ending of mental anguish. Some of us are cutting it finally, cutting ties with relationships that no longer serve our greater good. Excuse me. Yeah, because look at that. Ending it. It's the night, that's the day, that's the cycle. Maybe it is sort of night, or you know, sunrise. Yeah, it's actually depicted quite beautifully, because in the original Rider-Waite, they're actually in his back, and it looks quite gruesome, but with this, they're like just sort of suspended just above him and not really touching him. Because it is mental, and mental can't hurt you physically. Just saying. It might feel